it's Christine. I'm here to show you the proper way to do Sun Salutation A. So chances are you've already done these a million times. This is something that we do in our vinyasa classes very often, but since a lot of you are practicing at home with us and we can't watch you at home, we thought it would be a good idea to create these videos so that you can make sure that you are doing these with a proper technique. That way you're not hurting yourselves when you are doing these at home. So Sun Salutation A, as you know, is a transition. It's also a way for us to get our bodies warm. I'm going to show you two different ways, one modified, and then the other way is just a regular Sun Salutation A. And then as we go through these, I'll show you the things that some people do wrong so that you don't replicate those when you do them. All right? So to go into Sun Salutation A, you start at the top of your mat. You want your feet to be about hip width distance apart, and as you come up to this standing position, you want your shoulders to be right over your hips. In the starting position, your arms are down both sides of your body. You just want to feel your chest lift. All right. Part of your practice, right, is matching your breath with your body movement. So as you inhale, reach your arms up. Press your palms into each other, and then as you exhale, bend your knees just slightly, hinge at your hips. Go into a forward fold. Lower your upper body down. Maybe bring your hands down to the floor. As you come into your halfway lift, you can keep your hands on the mat or keep your hands on your shins, but the most important thing here is keeping your spine long. The tendency is for bellies to drop. Some people arch their backs. You definitely don't want that. Think long line of energy from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Inhale here, belly is in. As you exhale again, you're hinging at your hips. Bring your hands to the floor underneath your shoulders and then step back into your plank. Just like this, your shoulders are right over your wrists. Your hips and your shoulders are in one line. So I'm going to show you the modified version of your Chaturanga. So what you do here is just drop down to your knees. You want your spine in a neutral position. To go into your Chaturanga, you're shifting your shoulders just a little bit past your wrists. Then as you exhale, you're going to bend your elbows. You want to graze your rib cage as you lower your chest down, and you want to lower all the way to the floor. Instead of going into a deep backward bend, you're going to go into a low cobra. So hands stay underneath your shoulders. Just peel your chest off of the floor. Allow your spine to lengthen as you look up. Press your hips into the mat. And then as you exhale, you're going into a child's pose. Tuck your toes under. Feel the release in your lower back. And then press back into your downward dog. Start by lifting your knees off of the floor. Keep a slight bend in your knees as you slowly extend your legs to straight. Your hands and your feet should be about shoulder width distance apart. So with your downward dogs, by the way, when you are here, you want your hands and your feet to be about shoulder width and hip width distance apart. The goal here is to drive your heels as close to the mat as you can so that you can feel the stretch down the backs of your legs. But if your heels don't touch the floor, not anything to stress out about. You should just, again, feel the opening down the backs of your legs. Your arms are long here. You want to press your hands into the floor, spread your fingertips wide, and make sure that your middle fingers of both hands are just parallel to the sides of your mat. Allow your chest to inch closer to your thighs. And this is a downward dog. Nice, right? Cool. Now I'm going to show you the next version, full on Sun Salutation A. Bend your knees, look forward, walk or step to the top of your mat. I'm going to take a big step. As you come into your halfway lift, just like you did before, hands will go onto your shins. Remember, spine is long. As you exhale, hinge at your hips. Inhale, let's reverse swan dive. Reach up, sweep your arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips. Forward fold. As you come into your inhale, one more halfway lift. Exhale, hinge at your hips, hands come down. You're stepping back into that plank again, 1 foot at a time. So we're going to go into our full Chaturanga this time. So again, your hands are underneath your shoulders. Your core muscles are engaged. So you don't want your belly to drop. Think belly into spine. You're shifting your shoulders past your wrists like we did with a modified version. To go into your chaturanga, this is where I'm going to show you the things not to do, okay? So when you're going into your chaturanga, you're bending your elbows back. So people think that this is like a push-up. It kind of is, but your elbows are in tight. So you want to graze your rib cage as you lower down to a halfway point. So think 90-degree angles with your arms. Cool? Then you go into your backward bend, bring your hips down, your eyes up. You want your arms to stay straight, your shoulders away from your ears. The tendency here is for shoulders to come up. You don't want that. Be strong with your arms, strong with your chest, your shoulders, and then as always, think crown of your head extending up. Notice my thighs are lifting off of the floor. You want your thighs engaged, your booty tight, and then you're gonna push right back into your downward dog. That was a really long hold for me. It was hard, but I did it. You can do it too. Let's do that again. Look forward, bend your knees, walk, step, or jump to the top. Come up into your halfway lift. Spine is long. Exhale, hinge at your hips. We're going to do one more round in that full sun salutation. Reach up, touch the ceiling. Always think long line of energy. You're growing tall as you reach up. As you exhale, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down. You're going back into that plank again. So let's go into our plank position. When you're here, core is tight. You want to drive your heels to the back edge of your mat. As you press your palms into the floor, feel your shoulder blades open up. Awesome. We're going to go into that chaturanga again. So really important to shift your shoulders just past your wrists. Remember, you're bending your elbows back, and you want to go to that halfway point. Awesome. Go into your backward bend, hips down, eyes up. And then as you push into your downward dog, roll over your toes. Press your chest closer to your thighs. You did it. Drop down to your knees. Open up your chest. And that's it.